I don't know. No, it's not. Taxpayer dollars, okay, right now. Yeah, he had to. It's all taxpayer money. I'll see.
Call the meeting to order. For those who care to, please rise for an opening prayer and salute to our flag. Mr. Mendez, would you lead us in a word of prayer, sir?
Yes. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to gather tonight. We'd ask that you lead and guide us and be with each member here, Lord, as we proceed to the evening. In your Son's precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
stole something. So, thought you had that wrong. Sorry. A few announcements. The Greene County Mayor's Association will be meeting tomorrow evening, July 29th at 6 p.m. at Fire Station Number 1. If you have not got your RSVP into Brenda, please do so tonight, and she will plan for dinner tomorrow. Back to school sales tax holiday, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Also, the 153rd anniversary of the Wilsons Creek Battlefield. Ceremony will be held Sunday, August 10th, 2014 at the Visitor Center at 2 p.m. Would also like to mention that on August 9th in the evening at the battlefield, they are firing cannons off all at the same time. I think they're having 2 batteries of cannons firing this year. I think they only had 1 last year, so they pulled 1 out of storage to fire an extra one this year. So anyway, that's always an excellent event, especially in the evening. And also Miss Gail Day, who lives right here in Republic, will be turning 100 years old this week on August 5th, and we'd like to wish her a happy birthday as well. So that's all my announcements. Also, would like to welcome all the individuals here this evening that have military veterans. So thank you for attending. Also like to pay special recognition to Miss Doris Huntsinger. Miss Doris, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you. Her husband, late husband, Miss Huntsinger, was Mayor Pro Tem here for me for a long time, 4 or 5 years at least. So, and did an excellent job. And I miss him dearly. But it's good to see you.
Thank you.
It's good to see you. Also, I'd like to recognize some of the Purple Heart individuals that we have found for the City of Republic. Mr. Clarence Carter, Hometown Republic, Korea War, date killed in action in June 27, 1951. Mr. Robert L. Britton, World War II, date wounded in action on 4/4/1944. Mr. Tom Hutton. Mr. Hutton is out of town but could not join us this evening. We would also like to recognize him. Mr. Anthony Norris lives here in Republic. Mr. Jose Acasio lives here in Republic. Mr. Acasio will be attending. Mr. Acasio, are you here?
Mm-hmm.
Good seeing you, sir. I can't see behind the podium, and with these glasses, I can't see you, so. That area, okay. And Mr. Jim Huntsinger, as we mentioned, and Doris, glad you're here. Mr. Joseph Peters, hometown, date killed in action, 10/6/13 in Afghanistan. Dennis and Debbie are here tonight. See you guys. And Mr. Clyde Napier. Where's Clyde? Clyde here? Clyde didn't see you. The Ward 4 council member's got a big head, and I didn't see it. So he's been getting a lot of grief for that Royal shirt, so, and that's okay. But anyway, we'd like to welcome the rest. We would like to welcome Mr. John Dismer. Mr. Dismer's here this evening representing the Purple Heart, and we would like to make Republic a Purple Heart city. So I'd like to read a proclamation. Whereas the City of Republic, Missouri, and our community have a great admiration and the utmost gratitude for all men and women who have selflessly served their country and their community in the armed forces. Whereas veterans have paid the high price of freedom by leaving their families and communities and placing themselves in harm's way for the good of all. Whereas the contribution and sacrifices of men and women who served in the armed forces have been vital in maintaining the freedoms and way of life enjoyed by our citizens. Whereas many men and women in uniform have given their lives while serving in the armed forces. Whereas citizens of our country have received the Purple Heart Medal as a result of being wounded while engaged in combat with an enemy force construed as a singular meritorious act of essential service, and whereas the City of Republic seeks to remember and recognize veterans who are recipients of the Purple Heart Medal, and whereas the City Council desires to proclaim the City of Republic, Missouri to be a Purple Heart City, honoring the service and sacrifice of our nation's men and women in uniform, wounded or killed by the enemy while serving to protect our freedoms. Now therefore, I, Brian C. Buckner, Mayor of the City of Republic, Missouri, along with the Republic City Council, support the City of Republic becoming a Purple Heart City and urge our citizens to honor veterans, especially those who have received the Purple Heart Medal. In testimony whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and affix the seal of the City of Republic this 20th day of July, A.D. 2014, and would also like to say thank you for all of those who were able to enjoy the Veterans Memorial dedication. That was a wonderful facility, and we're so glad to have that facility here. We hope to honor our veterans from this moment forward as well, not only in our Veterans Memorial, but in life as well. So, Mr. Dismer, would you like to? Take the official notifications.
Can we get the Purple Heart recipients from up here?
Yes. Anybody got a Purple Heart, please step forward. Mike, good to see you. Thank you. And lady, you can stand as well.
Mayor, if I can, my name is Everett Kelly. I'm the state commander for the Purple Heart. And well, we don't call it state, we call it department. But I've got a plaque here I'd like to give to you, but before I do, I don't know if the people here, if you're aware of the Purple Heart Medal itself. Let me get over here real quick, if you don't mind me making just a little bit here. Purple Heart Medal was originated by General George Washington in the Revolutionary War. At that time, it was called Badge of Merit. The first 3 awards was given out on August the 17th, 1782, to the 3 sergeants. That was the first time in history that awards had been given to the common soldier. Before then, only officers got recognized and war decorations. After the Revolutionary War, it kind of went dormant until 1932 when General Douglas MacArthur pulled it out of the mothballs and gave it to the Army. Well, the other branches of service, I'm a Marine, so the other branches of service, we kind of made notes. We didn't like that, so they gave it to the rest of us too. During World War I, they got wound shepherds, is what they got. And our present form bill came from Douglas MacArthur. In the military, 0.6% of all the people who served in the military were awarded the Purple Heart, were recipients of it. And it's the medal you don't want. We didn't want it, we didn't ask for it. And of that 0.6%, like I say, of 1%, 50% of that was given out posthumously. So it's kind of, it's the medal you don't want. But we represent the survivors on it, and we try to give them honor and everything. So what I'd like to do here, though, here, if I could, I'd like to present you with this special recognition award. Is bestowed with pride to the City of Republic, Missouri, and that's for your dedication and support in honoring the combat wounded veterans and veterans in general. And is presented with pride from the patriots of the Department of Missouri. I thank you very much.
Yeah, for City of Republic, thank where do you want us to bring that in?
What? I just wanted one of the sheets.
Oh, here.
For justice.
Thank you.
Is it a gold star?
Yes,
You belong right here with us. There's a gold star. I don't know if you're familiar with the gold star. I get emotional. I'm sorry. But they had a loved one who paid the ultimate sacrifice. They were in that dash. We should try to.
Okay. Thank you. Dennis Peters.
I was there. Because I was also CID.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
You need me in there? Oh, yeah, we want you.
You may be stand.
There you go. Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
Mayor, you got your hair here, so you will be fine. Thank you.
Pass that around so the council can see. On the next item on the agenda, we do not have any public hearings tonight. However, on the next item, we'd like to open it up to citizen participation. If you'd like to speak to anything not on the agenda, please step forward, state your name, sign in, and give us your best 3 minutes. Yeah.
My name is Roy Collins. I live at 912 North Walnut here in Republic. First thing I'd like to say is how honored I am just to be among the holders of the Purple Heart and the veterans that I'm among. Being a veteran myself, it's a feeling that you just don't get unless you've been there. Second thing I'd like to say is I came to this council last year, a year ago about this time, about the problems that we have in this city getting around as being disabled. And one of the things that I came to the council about was the 4th of July celebration. And it's kind of amazing to me, and I don't know if it's just karma or whatever you want to call it, that this city is being awarded a Purple Heart designation tonight when our disabled veterans can't go to our 4th of July celebration and get around. I'm a veteran myself and had a hard time getting around the 4th of July celebration, the same celebration that I came to this council and spoke to about last year. And I don't understand why things weren't changed. There were ditches that I couldn't go across at the 4th of July celebration. The playground area for the children was out in the middle of the grass and stuff that disabled children couldn't get to. I don't know why the city hasn't done anything about it, but I'm back again to complain about it. I am also a member of what's called the A-Team for the Southwest Center of Independent Living, and we come down, the entire team come down last Friday and did an evaluation of Martin Park and the walking park over on 174. The new bathrooms that are being built there, they are up to ADA standard, the bare minimum standard that it could be. And if you look at the side of my wheelchair there, you'll see the marks on the armrest, what it is going through a 32-inch door, which is the bare minimum that it could be. Being a Purple Heart City, we ought to go above and beyond the bare minimum to help our, not only me as a veteran and other veterans that are disabled, but everybody that's disabled to get around in our city. We evaluated the park over there, the walking park over on 174, and to be perfectly honest with you, it should have signs that say it's not accessible to disabled people. It is unsafe. We actually had a member that the path tore the rubber off of his wheelchair, off of the wheel of his wheelchair, just going down the path. That's unacceptable, guys. I mean, council. That's just not acceptable for a city that is a Purple Heart City that is saying we respect our veterans and the people that are going to be in these chairs. And no disrespect to any of you, but it won't be that long till some of you may be in a chair. And it's time the city did something about it. And I'm here to ask this council again to do something about it. On the way up here, the handicap parking down here at Casey's was blocked by 3 different vehicles. I spoke to the police chief last year about doing something about that. It's the same thing. Nothing was done after I came to this council last year. They cleared some grass over here on Elm Street, and it looked better. It was better. That path was clear. But that's all that was done, basically. There's some new sidewalks going in, but this city's got a long way to go to be accessible to disabled people. A long ways to go. And I just found it kind of appropriate that this city would be designated as a Purple Heart City with our veterans coming back here and maybe paraplegic, wounded, are in a wheelchair and won't be able to get around our city, won't be able to go to our parks, won't be able to go to the 4th of July celebration and enjoy it like anybody else should. That's about all I have to say, and I would like to thank the council for listening.
You said you had a report. Can we get a copy of that?
The report, we just went through and evaluated the park is what we did, and I can make you, I can get you a copy of it. It'll take me a couple of days to get it to you.
That's fine.
But
will you send that
we
to
can get
Jared?
get the evaluation brought to
Will
you.
you do me a favor? Send it to Jared Keeling, our Parks Director, and copy Mr. Christie, or send it to him and he'll get a copy.
Okay.
Either way, they need a copy.
Okay.
And we need to know you evaluate it on one area. When we build things, we evaluate one another. We'd like to know what you're looking at, because we're not looking at maybe the same thing.
Like I stated, when we were in Martin Park with the new bathrooms that were going in, the architect built the doors at a 32-inch width.
Yep.
That is exactly the bare minimum that the ADA requires. Like I said, you can see the scars on the side of my wheelchair of going through a 32-inch door. We need to do more than just the bare minimum. But that's all that's being done.
Sir, can you send me your contact information? You
Absolutely.
can email it to me. You can find all my information on our city website. But if you could send me your contact information, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilson, you, sir.
When you said walking trail on 174, is that on the north side of 174?
Yes, sir. They're by the school.
Yeah, that doesn't belong to the city, it's the schools.
Okay. I didn't know if that was the schools or the city. I
No,
assumed it was a city park because of...
No, the only park that we have, we've got 4 parks. Is that right, Jerry? We have one off 60 down here on the east side, or on the west side, and then we've got J.R. Martin Park, and then we've got, of course, Miller Park. We've got the new park at Hines and Bailey. Yep.
I was going to
And
say,
then Brookline
isn't there
Park.
one out somewhere around
Yeah,
Brookline? I
Park.
know of?
Yep, Brookline Park too. But that one you're talking about, that is
The walking trail. I wasn't sure if it was a city park or not. Okay, well...
So anyway, just clarify, I appreciate that.
Okay.
If we could get a copy of that, and then Mr. Quinkenbeer would like your contact information.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll unlock my door, please.
Anyone else wishing to speak to anything not on the agenda, please come forward and state your name and give us your best 3 minutes. Anything at all? Seeing none, says our participation closed. Need a motion on the consent agenda?
Motion?
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Try that again. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed, no. Any abstentions? One abstention. Motion carries 6-0-1. On the financial report, welcome Laura.
Good evening. What you have in front of you is where we are with the sales tax collections. And be happy to see that year-to-date is 6.47% over where we were last year at this time. This last distribution that we received, which was for May, was substantial, and it was the highest one that we had received since July of 2013. So we are 45% and towards meeting our goal, budget goal. Motor fuel tax, it has risen to over 1% higher where we were last year at this time, and the distribution that we received for June was the highest since November of 2013. So those are some good numbers that we have been receiving here recently. So.
Questions, comments, discussion? Anything at all? Anything at all? Okay. Need a motion to approve financial report?
Motion?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Thank
Okay,
you very much.
thank
Mr. Krishke, anything? Report from
No,
staff?
sir.
Mr. Derrickson? No, sir. All right. Welcome, Mr. Keeling. Thank you.
Good evening. First of all, I'd like to report we've had 3 events at the AMP so far in this last council meeting. All of those have been a tremendous success. Very proud of the facility, and it's been doing very well. So, August 1st through August the 3rd, which is this Friday through Saturday, is back to school sales tax holiday. August the 4th is evening toddler open gym at 6:30 p.m. It's for ages 0 to 5. August the 4th through the 22nd is registration for our youth fall soccer program for ages 4 to 12, and the season begins on September the 9th, and all those games are played at Giroux Field. August 4th through 22nd is registration for our fall youth flag football program. That's for grades 1 through 4. We've actually extended that this year for grades 3 and 4. That season begins on September the 8th, and all of those games are played at the Bourbon White Memorial Baseball Softball Complex. August the 5th, next Tuesday, is Election Day. August the 8th, next Friday night, is the 4th Annual Youth Tiger Try. That starts at 6:45. That utilizes all the same setup as the Republic Tiger Try held that very next morning, which is on August the 9th. The 8th Annual Republic Tiger Try is held at 7 a.m., begins at 7 a.m. Parts of the bike go through cities portions of the Republic and the county, and then the run portion is using our standard May Day 5K route. So. Also on August the 8th, we have an event at the AMP, Skinny Improv, followed by the movie Notebook. Skinny Improv will take to the stage around 7:15, and the Notebook will begin around 8:45. August 8th to the 29th is Todd Academy. It's 10:30 a.m. That's for ages 2 to 5. August the 10th is the 153rd anniversary of the Battle of Wilson's Creek. An event will be held out there at 2 p.m. August the 12th is the first day of Republic Schools. That's a Tuesday. August the 18th is Toddler Open Gym. It begins at 10 a.m. That's for ages 0 through 5. We offer that program every Monday that Republic Schools are in session. August the 22nd is an event at the AMP. That'll be Dallas Jones beginning at 7 p.m. Musician Dallas Jones, followed by a showing of Despicable Me at 8:40. August the 25th through September 12th is registration for our youth girls basketball program. That's for grades K through 6. The season begins September 29th with all games played at the community center or the activities building. August the 25th through September the 12th is also registration for our fall adult volleyball program. This season begins on September the 18th. August the 27th is senior Wii bowling. 9, 10, 11 a.m. starts, noon, 1 and 2 p.m. starts, $4 bowlers per time slot. August the 28th is our senior movie. It's at 3 o'clock, and that movie is yet to be determined.
Aquatic Center, sir, can you give us an overview on
Yes,
the
sir.
timing of that?
Absolutely. We are open daily all the way through August the 11th, and then weekends only after school begins, and that's open all the way through weekends only, and including Monday, Labor Day through September the 1st.
Yeah, and I would like to thank you, Jared. I think council members do too. The horrible work you and the team put in for the Veterans Memorial dedication in the AMP. You guys have spent a lot of time out there, and I know you guys, the day before the dedication, you were hard to find because you were over there and back and over there and back, and all the crew was out there.
Appreciate that. We've got a wonderful crew over there. Appreciate that.
Well, it takes good leadership to have a wonderful crew, and I want to
Thanks.
thank you for that.
Appreciate that. Thank
Got
you.
a lot of good feedback, too.
Thank
A
you. I
lot of good
appreciate
feedback.
that. If you guys haven't yet, I hope you've made out to an event. It's pretty special over there at night. It's really cool. So hopefully to see you out there pretty soon. So
Good job.
thanks.
Thank you.
What's the average crowds over there, Jared?
Opening night and this last Friday night, we had about 400 and some. The Saturday night with my memory is getting tested here. The astronaut movie.
E.T.?
No, Gravity was a little less than that. We probably had 250 or so. But the kids' nights have went over really, really well. So
Beautiful.
we'll continue to. We get as you can imagine, we have little things we can tweak and make better, and we've got little transitions that we got to make a little more seamless. But we'll get there, and I think the word is getting out. We can monitor traffic on our website, and that is going very well. After every event, it keeps on going up, and that's what you want to hear. So, yeah, I think in long term, we're going to have really good turnout over there.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Board Commissions and Committee schedule, Board of Adjustments, August 7th, Capital Improvements, August 27th, City Council, August 11th and August 25th, Planning and Zoning Commission, August 18th. On to old business, tabled items, Bill number 14-17 was tabled to the August 11th meeting. On to the next item, we'd like to have a motion for the second reading of Bill number 14-18.
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, to establish a procedure for disclosing potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain officials.
I'd like to have a motion for final passage of Bill number 14-18.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Krishy, give us the overview, sir.
Okay, I hate to ever refer to anything as housekeeping, but this is kind of the case in this particular instance. This is a conflict of interest statement. The state statutes require us to readopt this every 2 years, providing, of course, the city has an annual budget over $1 million, which, of course, we do. And once we approve this, it's forwarded on to the Missouri Ethics Commission, and they'll take care of the rest. But it really is a personal financial disclosure statement, along with other information that will be on file for all elected and officials of the city.
Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Krisky? Anything at all? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilmember Poole?
Aye.
Councilmember Mendez?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Councilmember Brashears?
Aye.
Councilmember Melton?
Aye.
Councilmember Wilson?
Aye.
Councilmember Klinkenbeard?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. On the next item, I'd like to have a motion, the second reading of Bill number 14-19.
Motion.
Second.
Motion, second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries.
An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, approving the final plat of the Westwood Phase 3 First Edition subdivision located along the 7500 block of West Farm Road 174 in the City of Republic, Missouri.
I'd like to have a motion for final approval, Bill number 14-19.
Motion. Second.
Welcome, Mr. Tyson. Give us the overview, sir.
Thank you. This bill will approve the final plat of Westwood Phase 3 First Edition. which is located in the high-density single-family district, which we abbreviate as R1H. This plat contains 17 high-density single-family lots, all of them adequately served by public infrastructure. The city has reviewed the plat document itself. It conforms to both our current regulations and to the approved preliminary plat for Westwood Phase 3. For those reasons, staff is recommending approval of this plat.
Thank you. Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Tyson? Anything at all? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Councilmember Clinking-Beard,
Aye.
Councilmember Wilson,
Aye.
Councilmember Melton,
Aye.
Councilmember Brashear,
Aye.
Councilmember Harder,
Aye.
Councilmember Mendez,
Aye.
Councilmember Poole,
Motion carries 7-0. Thank you very much. On to other business. Resolution number 14-RR-44, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic of Missouri accepting a bid for vehicle extrication tools. Would like to have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Welcome, Chief Conklin. Please give us an overview, sir.
Good evening. This is to replace a set of auto extrication tools that go with Fire Station 1 that are approximately 20 years old. We sent this out to bid, and we're looking to purchase the hydraulic pump which runs the tools naturally, a spreader, a cutter to cut metal with, a couple of different rams of various lengths that do a couple of different things, the hoses, mounting brackets, and accessories to go on the end of the tools to give us some versatility when we're using them. The 4 bids that we posted the bids publicly, sent it out. We got 4 bidders back. The low bidder was Firemaster Fire Equipment in Springfield for $30,583.50. The tools are Genesis brand. We currently have those now, as well as Springfield and Billings, and there's some other departments and districts around here that are using them. We've had very good luck with them. They probably have one of the best warranties out there on the market because it's lifetime on parts, and then about a 10-year for labor on various pumps and stuff like that. The old tools that we have, because of their age, they have no monetary value. So we will maybe have a surplus auction someday.
Are you asking or telling? I'm just
telling you. Anybody need them? Make you a deal. So, any questions?
Questions, comments, discussion for Chief Conklin. Mr. Harder?
How many sets of these extrication tools do we have?
We have 2 sets, one set at each station. This is replaced the original brand called Jaws of Life made by Hearst. This will replace the one at Station 2. We bought a set in 2012 and put those up at Station 2. I misspoke. This will replace the set at Station 1. So we try to have a set in both houses. And what we have seen with the newer cars that are out there, the older tools that we have won't open the doors, won't cut the metal that's in them. They use a boron type metal that's in the doors for the side bracing and so that it doesn't collapse in on you. And the only tool that we have will cut it with is a Genesis branded tool. The old Jaws of Life tool that we have, it just won't work. So.
Thank you.
Additional questions, comments, discussion for Chief Conklin.
I learned something new. I thought the Jaws of Life was a figure of speech.
It's like
registered trademark of Hearst Corporation.
It's like weed eater.
Mm-hmm. Xerox.
Yep.
So,
Jill.
what do you think the lifespan of these will be, just out of curiosity?
We should get 20 years out of them. The pump is a Honda-powered engine, and they're pretty much bulletproof. They don't use any Briggs & Stratton motors. Everything they use is either going to be a Honda or a Tecumseh engine. We opted for the Honda because it matches the other engine we have. So I won't have to have one spark plug to an air filter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One brand or one size. So.
Mr. Clinkenbeard.
That brings something up. Are the parts and things interchangeable then between the two?
Yes,
If
they are, and that's
you
something
needed an extra one, but you had the other pump out there or whatever?
That's something that is a must for us. They have to be interchangeable.
Beautiful.
So.
You're all over it. Thanks.
Additional questions, comments, discussion? Budgeted? I'm gonna ask Ms. Poole, didn't ask. Typically she asks, I'm gonna ask.
I'm glad you asked for her. This comes out
I
of the
read
fire
it.
department, sales tax funds that were there. We had $35,500 in there. The Firemaster Corporation business has been in business in Springfield for a number of years, and the dad who started it, Gerald Shelton, has recently handed that over to his sons. And they have taken the bidding process to their business model now is to do a lot of business at a lower profit versus trying to make that one or two big sales a month. There's quite a difference there in the spread on the price. I was in hope the guy in Panama City, Florida would have got it because they required a field trip to check it out. But
Like you went to San Diego to look at the
yeah.
ladder truck? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, load up, we'll go. But the way their business model has changed in the last 2.5 years is they bid very, very competitively, and it's just not here. They have been low bidder on a lot of things in a lot of different areas.
Fair enough. Additional questions, comments, discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
Thank you.
Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. On the next item, resolution number 14-R-45, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic of Missouri accepting a sales proposal from Potter Equipment to trade out 2 backhoes. Like to have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
A motion, 3 seconds. Welcome, Mr. Brock. Give us an overview, sir.
Mayor, I have 3 seconds.
You just wasted them.
You're done. Anything else? Go ahead, Mr. Brock. Give us an overview.
We have,
I won't ask for a thumbs up tonight.
2 general approaches in maintaining our inventory of heavy equipment and vehicles. One is maintain a vehicle and squeeze the last breath of it that you can get. Council saw that with a couple of trucks that were approved for disposal last council meeting. The other approach is to trade that equipment out while the intrinsic value is still high, and that's the approach that we take with our backhoes. These are our workhorses. This is the equipment we need to run every day, similar to how public safety folks depend on their equipment or their vehicles to get them to a crash site or site of emergency. We've been fortunate that we have our local case dealer will offer us a good trade-in value, essentially swap out to the current model year. We've done that for a number of years and are requesting to do so to trade two 2013 case backhoes for 2 2014 models. We've had a good offer for those. You'll note on the exhibit the cost to trade in a lesser used model with 320 hours, $7,500. We had another piece of equipment that we used a little bit harder. It had a runtime of almost 700 hours. You can see there's almost a $3,000 difference there. When I calculated the depreciation, I used the double declining method, but really at 500 hours, the value falls off a cliff. That's the break line where the dealer can provide a warranty to their seller. So that really represents a point where you see that trade-in value change drastically. We're requesting permission to accept 2 sales proposals, swap out those 2 backhoes for a total cost of $17,970.
Thank you, sir. Questions, comments, discussion from Mr. Brock. Mr. Clinkenbeard?
I remember going through this again, was it last year that we did this?
Yes.
And we looked at, I mentioned something about the hour differential, one being significantly higher than the other. You had mentioned that maybe that the 2 were outfitted, their controls were a little different because you had 2 different operators and they were used to using certain kinds of controls. Because my thought was to try to obviously even out the load between the 2 so that your resale value, you don't go out, you're under it on that 500 mark on one and not on the other. You'd be really close on both if they were averaged out. is that the situation again? Are we getting ones with two different kinds of controls, or why is, you know, if they're both at the same place and can do the same things, wouldn't you want to even those out?
Yes, I agree, and that is the difference, two different types of controls. These are assigned to different departments, and not to say we can't try to implement your suggestion. I think we can.
Like mid-year switch them. I mean, for the money that we're losing on the differential or trade-in, we could train the other person on how to use the different controls. I mean, if it's just, I know there's a safety probably issue too, if they're comfortable with a certain way it operates. But to me, I mean, if we do this, you know, like I said, I know it's been within the last year and a half that I asked these same questions. Over time, if we do this several times, that can make a significant difference on trading value.
Would agree with that, sir.
Additional questions, comments, discussion, Mr. Brock? Anything else? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Resolution number 14-R-46, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, awarding the bid for the timing and finish line services for the Republic Tiger Adult Triathlon and the Republic Tigard Youth Triathlon, authorizing the execution of a contract with a selected vendor governing said work. Would like to have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion second. Mr. Keeley, welcome, sir. Give us the overview, sir.
Thank you, sir. First of all, these events, as stated before, set to be held on August the 8th and August the 9th. We've had pretty level, steady participation levels in these events over the years. Last year, we had close to 520 participants spread across the two events. That's led to the amount we pay for timing services and finish line services to go right at that cusp of the $5,000 mark, which needs City Council approval. So just to be safe this year, we went ahead and brought it before you. This is for race timing services. For those of you not familiar, obviously, for a triathlon, you have 4 different spots where you do your timing pads. And then in a triathlon, you have to have a tremendous amount of equipment to put on the race. Bike racks, fencing, tents, cones, signage, display monitors, timing chips, timing pads. This is a pretty specialized service. There's only one in the state of Missouri, to my knowledge, and that's Ultramax Sports. They have timed our event since its inception 7 years ago. I can't speak highly enough about their work and their level of professionalism, so I would definitely recommend we award the bid to them. The bid award could be somewhat open-ended. They have a $4,800 minimum, and then they have travel expenses. However, if we get to a certain number, a level of participants, they charge by participant. So pinpointing an exact dollar amount is relatively difficult to do. So.
Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Keeley? What's our expected attendance, Jerry?
I would say 400 for the adult, and our youth is growing and growing, so I'd say around 150 for the youth. That's just rough. You never really know. As of right now, we're pretty much on track in registration as we've been in the years previous, but you never really know to race days.
And our entrance fee for each?
This was one of the events we do pretty well on. We do partner with OMC on this, but our registration for an individual is 55, 65, and 75 tiered registration levels over time. And then for team fees, it's 100, 110, 120. That's for the adult. Now, youth is standard. We try to get younger kids to introduce to the sport all the time, and it's $25. So.
Fair enough. Thank you. Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Keeley? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, sir. On the next item, resolution number 14-R-47, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, authorizing the execution of a First Amendment with USCOC of Greater Missouri LLC to modify the terms of an existing tower and ground space lease. Would like to have a motion.
Motion. Second.
A motion and a second. Mr. Brock, would you give us an overview of this?
Yes, Mayor. The city has 3 lessees, cell phone tenants, associated with the Hines Street Water Tower, AT&T, Sprint, and U.S. Cellular. They lease ground space. They have cabling and antennas attached to the water tower. And over the last few years, they have been going through a number of upgrades and change outs with their equipment. They're trying to keep up with the demand for data through smartphones and tablets. And whenever they have a modification that increases their presence on the site, either they need additional lease space or they're adding antennas or cabling in the tank, that warrants additional compensation for the city. So we currently have a request from U.S. COC of Greater Missouri LLC, or U.S. Cellular. They are requesting to add essentially 3 antennas, 3 cable runs. So in the process of reviewing those plans, staff has negotiated an increase in monthly rent of $300. The amount of the rent is that's difficult to gauge. You'll see in the table I provided there, we had one other lease increase amongst our tenants. This was AT&T a couple years ago, leased additional ground space. Difficult to get that type of information from the cell phone companies, what they're paying at different sites. It is available, but generally you have to hire consultants to get that information out. So we negotiated back and forth and settled at $300 per month, and we think that's appropriate. It is important that we maintain good grounds and can feel that we were treating our lessees fairly. You may have noticed there's a cell phone tower currently under construction on East Miller Road. So we would remain competitive as well as keep those tenants in place.
Thank you, sir. Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Brock? Mr. Klinkenberg.
Do you know who's building on Miller?
I do not. I know AT&T has run fiber to the site, but it could be any of the cell phone companies.
Any interest in the other water tower? I think that'd be a strategic area to cover for both the businesses there and the James River corridor.
We have not. And one of the deficiencies we have there, I don't believe we have fiber in that vicinity.
Additional questions, comments, discussion? See none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Last item on the agenda, resolution number 14-R-48, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Republic, Missouri, authorizing special permit for fireworks display at Miller Park by Calvary Baptist Church. I'd like to have a motion.
Motion.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Mr. Krischke, give us the overview, sir.
Okay. Last year, you might recall, Calvary Baptist came to the city and asked for a special use permit for a fireworks display. Our city code requires that there be a special permit issued and it requires city council approval. And this occurs anytime there's firework displays outside of the allowable dates that's already into our code. So that's the reason why it's in front of you again. They're asking for, as part of their swim night on August 10th, they're asking for permission to do a fireworks display. Last year they submitted to us a list of all of the fireworks that were going to be used. We approved those fireworks, and this year I know there's been a list circulated around again, and we're okay? Okay, well,
We'll be okay.
And sometimes, you know, there's always a line that you cross between what's considered a commercial grade and a consumer grade fireworks. The consumer grade fireworks, certainly those are appropriate. We would approve those. Anything that's a commercial grade would be regulated by the 2012 fire code, so those would require a different type of exclusion from the fire chief. But all in all, as part of the resolution, it will be for us to approve and review the list that's been submitted, and that would be incorporated into the resolution.
Questions, comments, discussion for Mr. Krischke or Chief Compton? Any at all? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you very much. Would like to have a motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Any abstentions? A motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.